Happy Flosstube Friday, friends. My name is Kari. This is Tiger Lily Designs. Welcome to Flosstube episode number 85. Yay! Welcome! Welcome. It is October 27th. Yay, it's Friday. I'm here for another Flosstube. This one's going to be a little bit different because, to be honest with you, I had a little bit of an adventure. If you followed me on Instagram, you saw my adventure. So if I took an adventure, that means my stitching time was a little smushed. But I do have some stitching, so as I always love to do, let's just run through a little bit of table of contents so you know what you're in for today. Today I do have one WIP and one start finish. It's not fully finished, but I'm going to tell you about my finishing plans. So that's my two stitching, only 2 stitches this week. But I do have haul galore and story galore. So hopefully that's something fun. So grab your stitching, grab something cozy to drink, and let's just dive in, friends. So hopefully you are, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kari, and I come here every Friday, I try to, and tell you about what my crafty making story life has been doing. Spoiler alert, I might be adding another craft making situation to the genre because I went down a rabbit hole and there's a story. But I love to share my cross stitching, my knitting, my quilting, my knitting, I said that, hooking, all the things. Ooh, I'm sorry, I'm filming at a different time of day and the sun is shining in and I wish I could figure out a way to block it, but it's just not gonna happen. So hopefully the color doesn't skew all the things I show you, but it is what it is. I am fortunate enough to have a beautiful studio in my home here in Mount Vernon, Virginia. I have 3 gorgeous windows in my studio, which is new to me because I've always had a basement studio, which was great. I loved it. But I feel so spoiled and blessed to have a studio with windows and light, natural light. And you know, this is what comes with natural light. Okay, table of contents, I promise. Like I said, 2 stitches, haul galore. Haul galore in all the genres. I have stitching galore, I have knitting galore, I have vintage stitching, antiquing galore. I might have what I'm gonna start to do because, you know, you need another hobby. But I'm gonna share because you're my people, and if you like to make like me, you might wanna do this with me. I know my friend Christy from Floss Plaza, she wants to be a hooker like nobody's business. You can do it, Christy. You can be a hooker. Let's do it. We're going to teach you how to hook. Anyway, let's show you some stitching just in case that's only, I mean, it's called Flosstube, right? I know, but I feel like I have more of the other crafty podcasty type stuff than I do Flosstube. So if you're just here for stitching, I'm going to dive right into the stitching, show you that. And that's where we're going to start. Okay. So first is the wee Santa Sal. Now come on, Stitchy friends, Jen and Sarah have this adorable wee Santa Sal. Week 3 just started today. I'm gonna be honest. Who's surprised that I didn't finish week 2? Not this girl. Because as I commented early on when those sweet little ladies said week 1, week 2, week 3, and I said, week 2 is quite a commitment there, girlfriends. So it is not. It is a commitment. Santa should be completely done. Santa is not completely done. This is part of the die, which is gorgeous. So I'm stitching mine on, this is a 36 count XOXO designs. It was part of her Fabric of the Month club that it's called like Old Turquoise Prim. Super cute. I did my own floss conversion. I was going to say, hold on. Am I missing something? This looks funky, doesn't it? Yeah. I'm missing a red triangle right here. Don't you? I love coming on here and seeing, it's like backing away. It's like taking a picture of your thing and you're realizing, wait a minute. Yeah, so I'm missing something. So I'm not completely with week 1, but week 2, not caught up. I'm working on it. But what I did have to put that down because I had to focus on the second WIP that I have to show you. And that is because I'm going to T-minus 5 days. So T-minus 5 days, I fly out to Amana and go to the Farm Girl Dry Goods retreat. I'm super excited. It's my first time going to the retreat. I'm a little nervous. There's a lot of different, like, this is my 3rd retreat. So, you know, I don't say that I'm like a newbie, but I think this is yeah, I'm excited. So, but I needed to do, I have to participate in all the things. If you go to the thing, you might as well participate in all the things. Oops, sorry. Okay, so I want to do the smalls exchange. Well, I've been told that it's a little bit different than the smalls exchange I've been to before. Most smalls exchanges I've been to, and listen, this is just, I don't know, I'll come back and tell you afterwards, but that instead of just being a pick it and you choose it and you win it and you're excited about it, it's like an elephant stealing situation, which is a little bit of pressure. Like, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Shh, don't tell anybody, but I'm a little nervous. Like, if nobody steals it, is it good? Like, I'm a little nervous. So because of that, it took me forever. Like, I hemmed and hawed and changed and did the thing. Like, I was a little stressed about it. It shouldn't be stressing. It's a hobby. Like, I'm sure I'm going to love whatever I get. And so I'm sure, like, the community is gorgeous and beautiful, and I shouldn't be stressed about it, but I'm just being real with you. And so I was nervous and I was worried. And so I hemmed and hawed and changed. And I must have gone to my stitching store, LNS, like 3 times trying to find the perfect chart. First, I wanted to stitch one. Heartstring Samplery is the designer at this retreat. And so I felt like, how cute would it be to have my small be from her? And so I did that little tomato, right? Where the heck did I put it? To make into a scissor bomb? I did that early on. I haven't finished it. I don't even know where it is right now, because obviously that wasn't enough for my smalls. That was just going to be a bonus for the small that I had yet to be determined. Anywho, I just couldn't nail something down that was heartstring sampling. That was a small that I felt called to do. Well, if it's your first time here, don't surprise. I love me some Hello from Liz Matthews. I think I own every single chart that beautiful woman has ever created, because her style is just my jam and I love it. So she does trees, right? Everybody's seen Hello from Liz Matthews trees. I have Jingle Ball. I did not get ticket to the Jingle Ball tree thing, because to be honest with you, I'm going to figure it out this weekend. And the good news is I feel like I have the bat phone, or at least the bat texting, where I might be able to ask Liz to help me if I fail. But she's a gorgeous tree to at the Jingle Ball class. I'm sure you can get still, maybe the PDF class. I know the other one is sold out, like the kitted one is sold out, but maybe you can still get a PDF ticket. Anyway, moral of the story is I love Liz Matthews, and so I felt like I'm going to do what I love. That is the small that's going to speak to me. If I love it, hopefully there's someone there that's going to love it. That's the best I can do. So what I did is I went through my stash of, Hello from Liz Matthews trees are not small. Let's just be honest. Hopefully, let's see. Oh, good. I have my cover photo. She's got those Christmas trees, gorgeous. I'm doing the Christmas sampler, so I don't have those in trees, but she's got an orange tree and this. That is the great thing about having your charts organized in such a way where I could just go and grab. And in theory, I was obviously gone for no time for you, but I really was only gone for like a minute, because I knew exactly where to go. So yay, organization helps. Well, I'll do a tour of my, the sun, trees. That's what I came to tell you about. Okay. So like she has this gourd, this one just came out. Listen, I almost did this one, but I was like, okay, stay in your lane. The trees are all gorgeous. So this tree, 99 by 126. So I don't know what the measurements for a small technically are. It doesn't really matter. I just, like I said, my thing was to do something that I would love. And then this was also a contender. Almost did it. But it's a November retreat. And so I was like, this patriotic, first of all, Cardinals, Virginia State bird. Hello. And I love Cardinals. So I was like, ooh, I could do Christmas cardinal. Okay, so stay with me here. This is Birdie's quilt tree. This speaks patriotic to me as colored, but I also, in my mind, I see Christmas changing all the colors, red cardinals and Christmas. Those are my jam, right? And change this to green, put it on either a neutral or a green fabric. So like I said, this was almost it too. This is 118 by 146. I might have to do that for myself, because what I did decide, I might have to move. What I did decide is this one. This is the spring quilt tree. Now stay with me. I know you're like, how are you going to make that Christmas? Well, I did. Now, I just finished this morning. I just finished the stitch this morning. So I'm pretty excited about it. Like I said, I would love to get it as a small, and that was my my thing. So, oh, okay. I know the light and the sun is not helping, and I'm so sorry. Okay, let me see. Shine it on my face, not the stitching. Sacrifice that. Okay, so, oh, so sorry. I mean, I love the sun, but so I did this. This is on 30. Let's just look. Shall we? This is on 36 Lakeside Linen River Willow. This is like, first of all, I'm a Lakeside junkie now. Who knew? And I love it. It is this mossy green color. Okay. And so obviously you can tell, you can see, I changed the colors to make it Christmas. So it just pulled a red. I did not bring my floss. It is out by my stitching chair because, like I said, just this morning. This was a gassed green. Like, it's just, I picked 3 colors. It's not hard. Like, pick the ones that speak to you, that work with your floss toss. And so they're very primmy, which I think is what speaks to this Farm Girl dry goods. You know, hot pink, I don't think is the genre there, but I'm like, you do you. I love it. So I did a nice primmy. I think it's Country Redwood gassed, I'm pretty sure. And the green is like a limited edition. You know, it's dark. It's like Pine Woods-esque. And then there's a chartreusey green, which is very subtle. And then there's the white ivory, which is the stars in between. Okay, so anyway, so I finished this. And I actually gave it a press for you, so that way it was straight. So that's my stitching. Now, we're just going to go into the story time, shall we? This frog, thank goodness, because I only found one. But so what I'm going to do, and I'll take a picture because I won't have it. I'll be gone by then. But I will take pictures and show you. But this is my tree. This is my small. Sometime between now and Wednesday morning when I get on my airplane, I'm going to have to finish this one. I got to go get some styrofoam, some Spanish moss, go outside to the backyard and get a tree that fits in the thing, and finish it. I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited. So that way I at least feel proud of my smalls. And so hopefully that's my small. That's my stitching. That's the moral of the story. I didn't stitch on anything else because although that doesn't look like it's a big thing, to go from 0 to all done, that's some pretty dense stitching. I don't know how many stitches it is, but I love it. I need to go back to my LNS. This is my last piece. I need more of this River Willow. It speaks Christmas ornaments to me, and I'm so wanting to do more of those. So, stitching, that's it. Yeah. So I do have haul though. So if you want to stick around for some haul, let's do the stitching haul first, just in case you're a stitcher and you want to see some stitching haul. Okay, I need to shove. Hold on. Okay, sorry, I just couldn't do it. I was literally being blinded by the sun. First world problems, right? Okay, so stitching haul. I'll stick with the stitching haul, and then we'll go to story time, and then we'll do some more haul. Like I said, hopefully really quick. So I got a haul. Let's see. This is from Hobby House, which is so exciting. So I ordered a couple of things. This is the sampler drum. This is so cute. Never done a drum before. I have intentions of being a drum, but this is an exclusive for Hobby House, and I got the chart and the kit. This is 46 count Thornfield. Didn't know that was challenge accepted, I guess. And then there's the called for floss are in here. So this is a beautiful, it's got a cute little small in the back of it too. Or maybe that's the top of the drum. That's the top of the drum. Cute little top of the drum. Can't see it. But I'm excited to do this. So I got this. This is direct from Hobby House. And then while I was there, you know, that stuff can't travel alone. So I always like to peruse and see if there's any, you know, charts that I just need to add to my collection. And this is one that I haven't had that I have loved. To be honest with you, I probably won't stitch it this year because I'm already in Christmas mode because it's T-minus November 1st. Now, I will be in Amana on November 1st. So my tree boxes stuff won't come out on November 1st, but they will come out that Monday morning when I get back. Trust you me. So I love this as a Thanksgiving. Grateful, thankful, blessed. To be honest, I will probably change the colors up so that it goes more with my house and my decor, and just leave it up year round because so I could stitch it anytime because I'm thankful, I'm grateful, and I'm blessed. Harvest kind of speaks Thanksgiving-y, but that's okay. Maybe I'll change it and put like a year or a name or something that way. That way I take the harvest part out. I don't know. I haven't, but I got that. And then this is one I got because I love a good Quaker. And I thought this was one that I could, this is called Quaker Handiwork, that I could change the colors on. Now, let's see. Ugh, so hard when they don't list them and I could count them easily. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 colors. I'm not quite sure I see 8 colors. Anyway, in true Tiger Lily fashion, I would change all the colors on that. And like I said, make it something that speaks to me and speaks to my house and decor. But I love a good, so that definitely would be a red bird or a bluebird. Ooh, pretty. So I think I'm going to change that up, but I wanted to add it to stash because like I said, I couldn't travel alone. And then my second haul that also came in this week was, it's a little squirrel as well as, I wish I could remember who was showing this. I was busy sewing. So the October clubs went out, yay. And then I switched gears right to starting continuing to work on the Advent keepers. So long hours in the studio sewing means lots of Flosstube consumption, or at least listening. Anyway, so at some point I was watching old, like I went back to reruns. We talked about this last week and I'm super excited. Oh, I forgot to go take a poll on the frog and the fudge. But reruns is the moral of the story. And so this one, 2015, I had never seen it before. I don't remember who. I wish I remember who. Made me pause, stop, go to the thing, add to cart, do the things, right? Because, like I said, I live in Mount Vernon, Virginia. I'm born and raised Virginia girl. And so I feel very tied to Virginia. Well, I love a good house. I love a good house. I love a good Plum Street. And then when I saw this one or heard someone talking about this, is called the American Sampler. This is from 2015. So I've never seen it before. But this sampler was inspired, I'm going to read you the story. This sampler was inspired by the great state of Virginia. I'm sorry, what? How do I not have this already? 3 of our founding fathers were born here, Washington, Jefferson, and Madison, represented by the 3 flags. The state flower is the dogwood. Love me a dogwood. Stitched to the right of the house with the colonial couple. A cardinal, Virginia state bird, is perched in the tree, and the state's motto, don't speak Latin, sic semper tyrannis. Listen, I should call on my daughter. She took 5 years of Latin. Thus always to tyrants is featured in the verse. I mean, I need this yesterday. In my house, I think this would look perfect. Good thing Patrick doesn't watch my Flosstubes. He used to watch them all the time. I love that he used to watch them, but he doesn't need to watch an 1.5-hour movie on stitching. Like, you could get the real life version. You're good. Thankfully, he doesn't watch anymore because I think this would look gorgeous. In his office right now, I have my land that I love that I stitched from Teresa Kogut. That's in his office. I made this gorgeous, I think he loves it, this American flag twist type quilt. It's a sawtooth star with flags twisted. I think I've pictured it before. But anyway, it's very, and then he's got this handmade wood flag situation. Very patriotic, very Americana, and that's the theme of his office. And so I think both of us being born and raised in Virginia, this would be gorgeous. Now I probably would brighten up the house, maybe make the red bricks a little brighter. I mean, I wouldn't like Tiger Lily hot pink it up, like, let's be real. But I definitely would brighten it just a smidge. But I love it. It's a big one, 189 by 227. So this will not be under the Christmas tree this year, 100%. But, and the problem is he sits next to me when I stitch 99.9% of the time. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to sneakily do this, but I had to get it at a stash anyway. So I got that. And this is from the Farmer's Attic. Okay, good. I wanted to remember. Farmer's Attic on Etsy. Love that. Okay, so, and then, thanks, Chantal. Yep, I'm just going to say thanks. I have no idea what I'm doing. Never done it, but I watched Chantel talk about the retreat she went to. First of all, next time, invite me to that because that looks fantastically fun. And I need to go to that barn and learn all the things and do, it's like quilting and knitting and wool like all, what? It's like Disney World for makers, really. That's what I want. I want to create a Disney World for makers. What do you think? Step one, where should my Disney World be? Yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Listen, in my next life or when I grow up, either one, I want to do it because I love all the things. I love them all. So anyway, I got a Smart Punch because Chantel said it's great. Haven't even opened the box. That was me opening the box for the first time. And of course, if you're going to do punch needle, you got to get what she told me I needed to get. So what I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking. So this is all I got for that. I've done punch needle. Nope, scratch. I have done punch needle once with thick yarn. And so it was a big, more punch, like it was on monk's cloth. Yeah, it's the thicker, it looks like Ada, but bigger type situation because I was using yarn. It was a yarn punching. Well, this is punching with embroidery floss. So I've got buckets and buckets of DMC, which I, will punch away. And so what I'm thinking, I'm going to try it. I'm going to take I'm part of Teresa Kogut's Patreon, and she always gives you beautiful coloring pages, which I think are perfect for punch needle. I'm sure, like, I didn't invent that. But I was like, okay, so if I take one of Teresa's punch coloring pages, first of all, her pages are, a coloring page, 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. No. I want a little ornament. I'm going to start small, manageable, realistic. I want to make a small little ornament, punch it. And so I'm going to take one of her designs. I have to go find it, shrink it down. Maybe last year's like Christmassy color pages because ornament, right? Shrink it down. Hopefully I can somehow make the design like a circle, put it on Chantel's little boards that I got in that ornament box situation. Listen, so, at least step one, get the tools, right? Okay, so that is this. Oh, one more. Also, still in the package. Okay, so I was talking to Sweet Shellie, and of course, you've seen her Hoopla video, right? Like, stop what you're doing. If you haven't seen it, I will link the exact video down below. If you are a stitcher, you need to watch this video. I've watched it 3 times. I'll just be honest with you. And each time I tell her, I was like, I heard something new. Now, to be honest, because I'm multitasking, sometimes, you catch about 70% of it. So I've caught something new every time. Always I have to pause and go buy again. Thank you. But I love that video. She talks about every hoop under the sun. I don't know anything. Like I was opening my princess hoops wrong. Who knew? And so she was talking about scroll rods in that video. And then she talked about it last time. And because I have a bat phone, Shellie, and I was like, okay, so you talked about a lot of scroll rods. Which is the one I'm supposed to get? And so she talked about another one here in her most recent, the one after her Hoopla. And this is the one she talked about. And so we were hemming and hawing like the nerds or the this and the that, because I'm starting a couple big girls. Like, first of all, I have lots of big girls in the stash. But if I'm stitching a big girl on Ada, then I do it in hand. No matter how big it is, she's a big girl in hand. That's how I stitch on Ada. But I am kidding up. I am noodling. I am thinking about doing a big girl in the upcoming future. I'm not even going to begin to put a time frame out there. But at some point, I am going to start a big girl on linen. Yep. And so I feel like, although on linen, I love stitching with the 4-inch because Shellie is not wrong in that the 4-inch fits in the crook of your hands. Like it's like an extension of your hand, really. And so I love that. Except I think that with a big girl, I'm going to want something where I'm not having to move a 4-inch hoop every so often. And I want a scroll rod and a stand. Like I want all the things. So step one, find scroll rod. And so I will link this down below. This is the most affordable. So we talked about all the gamut. Listen, tools matter. Let's just be honest. In any hobby that you're going to have, obviously budgets matter too, but invest in the best tool you can afford for your budget. Because it's only going to pay dividends in your lack of frustration, which is always good when you're working on, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But, you know, just that's my soapbox on that situation. So I was willing to, this is my first scroll rod. So I felt like, you know, I'll make the investment in the right tool. Please tell me which one is the right tool. You know, you talked about this one, and there was lots of tools. And I trust her opinion like the gospel of stitching. And she said, this is the one you want. And like I said, it's still in the bag. Just came in the box. But it's like a Q-snap scroll rod merge situation. Various sizes, various things. I'm super excited. So I will link it down below. It's on Amazon. Less than $50. Let's just be honest. You can't get a half a yard of linen for less than $50. But this is, you can do, like, so I'm super excited about it. It's an Edmonds scroll rod. The easiest scroll rod frame you will ever use. It's right there in black and white. Comes with 2 each of the 6-inch and 8-inch spreaders. 2 each of the, you have to have 2 because it's a pair, right? Makes a rectangle. 8-inch, 14-inch, and 20-inch scroll rods with the handy clamps, aka I want to be a Q-snap when I grow up, and then 8 knobs. Eliminates the need for tapes, tacks, basting, split dowel rods. Perfect for cross-stitch, needlepoint, crewel, embroidery, and punch needle. Simple to load, very lightweight, keeps your work area taut and your work clean. There's the commercial. I can't use it. First-hand knowledge is coming, but step 1, super, looks like the cat's pajamas. Let's just be honest. Okay, so for real, that's the stitching haul. Now we're going to dive into a little story time other haul. Okay, so like I said, this past weekend. So over the weekend, we live in Virginia. Let's start at the beginning. I live in Virginia. Autumn is beautiful in Virginia. My favorite season, that's hands down, no questions. Because it's cooler. The weather is beautiful. It's crisp. Sweatshirt weather, jeans weather, t-shirt, all the things. Love it. Okay. I also love every single color of the rainbow. Now, but the autumn leaves in Virginia, bonkers. Beautiful. It's like a Crayola box in the autumn, like all of these, like not the pinks, but all of this, just like in real life. And the colors are magical. So anyway, we have been watching, there is a, Virginia travel scenic foliage. Shenandoah National Park is a zillion acre, I don't even know how many acres, lots, big, Blue Ridge Mountain National Park down the Virginia, right? There's what's called the Skyline Drive, and it's a 105-mile drive through this national park, through the Shenandoah National Park. And so we have been watching the website. They always have like a peak foliage report. It's kind of like, when are the leaves going to be like the best? And so Patrick and I have been watching this website, and it all depends on the weather and the seasons and the wind and the storms. And if you get lots of variables, you don't know. Late last week, they predicted the weather, the leaf predictor gurus predicted that Monday, the 23rd, was going to be the best day of the season. Okay, perfect. So we switched gears, made plans. I had a working weekend, so I could take Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday off and do a little spur of the moment autumn adventure, chase the leaves, see the magic of Mother Nature. So that's what we did. So Monday morning, we got in the car, did the things. I will have some videos / photos / I don't know what I'm going to do. I took eons of it. There's lots of it on Instagram. But I will see if I can put some in here for you to share too. And we did that. Beautiful. And then we went antiquing, because down there is what's called, self-proclaimed. Now, you just got to trust. You got to just trust the sign, right? I don't know. They say they are the biggest the largest antique mall in the United States. 140,000 square feet. Just wrap your head around that number for a little bit. Yeah, it's big. It's big. I did about 3 hours in there. And I'll be honest, I did the first third, nice, slow, look through all the nooks and crannies. You know, when you're antiquing, you got to look up, you got to look straight, and you got to go down. Like sewing machines, sometimes sewing machines are in boxes like underneath a chair or something. Like, I'll be honest, I found one like that on the floor. So you got to do the whole, like, span the whole thing. So I did the first third of this mall that way, the proper way. But then after that, I was like, I could be here for a week. I didn't have a week. So I did speed it up a little bit. But let me show you some of my haul. So I love a good spindle. Vintage spindles that are colorful are so exciting. So I love collecting colorful bobbins. I love them. So I got two teal ones. I got 4 colored bobbins to add to my little antique bobbin collection. It's so fun. And then, because if you're like me, you want to see the things. So I'll show you. Oh, that is for Shellie. I'll show you that later. So vintage stitching. Yeah. I love repurposing vintage stitching, as you know, into keepers and project bags. Now, a lot of these pieces are funky shapes that aren't going to really play nicely with the shape of a project keeper. So spoiler alert, there are going to be vintage project bags coming soon. So I'm excited. So I got some of those. Oh, listen, I love it. I love it. Look at that. Like, this is one of those ones. Is that not gorgeous? I mean, so, you know, it's got a stain here, but that's okay. Like, I'll put a button on it. But look, so there'll be 2 of those. Well, maybe just one, because I might have to keep one. That's the thing with the vintage stitching. Sometimes I end up having, oh, this one was so cute. Okay, look at this. Look at this Chiquita banana girl. Oh, doesn't that just make you think of that? Oh, and then the dude playing the guitar or the banjo or whatever. But this was a table runner. You know, it's got a nice stain on them, whatever. So, oh, love them. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yes, I'm going to say that about all of it, because that's just, and this was me at the antique mall. Oh, love that. Love that. That will be a beautiful, do you see the square bag right there? I see it. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is just a single. This is a 1-1. Nothing else on the back. But look at that. That just looks like George Washington to me. Looks like it would sit on his, like Martha stitched it and had it on the dresser. Look how bright and colorful this one is. And the little crochet tatting. I found this on the web. Okay. She's a helper. So there's 2 of those. Well, potentially. Like I said, there's always an opportunity that I keep 1 or 2 or 3. This is a great one. This was a table linen. It's full linen. It's got lots of stains. It was well loved, well used in its day, but that is perfect because these red and pink and bright roses are going to be perfect little applique vintage stitchings on a keeper. And then this is one of my favorites. I'm going to tell you right now, this one won't be available because I'm making 2 of these. Look at the orange butterflies. And then the tatting and the crochet. I think it's crochet. Yeah, crochet. Beautiful. And so I'm going to incorporate all of it. I just have to figure out the shape of the bag. So sometimes that's how you make funky project bag shapes, is because you work with what you have. So I got that. And then I also, because it's fun. Okay, first of all, it's a blue ball jar. Okay. And it's full of wooden spindles or wooden spools. Spindles will be cool. Wooden spools. And it was a steal of a deal. Like $8. just the jar alone somewhere else, somebody wanted like $12 for the blue jar. Now, you know, the blue jar could be new. It could be, but it doesn't matter. It's gorgeous. And I love a good wooden spool. So yay. That was my antique haul. And then I got my frog. Lots of pictures. I saw sewing machines galore. There are a couple of, I mean, listen, if I had a display situation where I could put some of these vintage sewing, besides just the ones, I mean, I do have two. This one works though. Works. Beautiful. And I think one of the ones I saw actually worked. But they were coming beautiful. They're treadle machines. So it's a much more bigger commitment space-wise that unfortunately I don't have right this second. I wish I did. One day when I grow up, maybe I'll have my own like sewing machines museum. Yeah. But anywho, now what did we do the next day? Okay, friends. Shocker, I'm Chatty Cathy. Let me tell you about the next day. The next day was fantastic and hopefully super quick. But if you saw on Instagram, I shared with you a picture of a little sheep face. Okay, so whenever I go on vacation, I love to just Google and find a local yarn shop because I love just exploring different yarn shops and like how they decorate and how they have and what they do and all the things. It's just fun. And then my biggest thing that I love to do is to get a skein of local yarn, right? That is dyed either by the owner or by someone local. So I love that. I love adding those skeins to my collection. And so I'm sitting there Googling and searching, and I should have asked how to pronounce this. CeStari. Could be totally wrong, but that's how I'm going to say it. I found on the web, CeStari, yes, that's how we're going to say it. It's probably way wrong. So I found CeStari sheep and wool. It's like sheep and wool. Interesting. It's not a local. Let's go to the Google and go to their website. So you go to their website and it's this cute little like country store type yarn shop because they are the sheep. So anyway, so we go to this store and this is the rabbit hole. Who knew I was going down this rabbit hole? This was on Tuesday. And so we decided to go in there and we got there right when they opened, and Francis Chester CeStari. Now, this is his 250-acre sheep farm in Augusta County, Virginia, like a little southwest of the Skyline Drive. And so we went over and he was the 87-year-old shepherd. He's adorable. Here's a picture. And so he gave me the tour. He walked me down the yarn wall. Here's the yarn wall. I'm going to add some videos here while I'm telling you the story. So he walks us down the yarn wall and explains all the different yarns. And so sometimes they bring in cotton and linen and flax from other farms. They get wool from Mount Vernon. Are you kidding me? Like, I live in Mount Vernon. I need yarn from Mount Vernon. Yes, from Mount Vernon sheep. Oh, so, and then they also have this collection. It is their traditional collection, which is made from their Rambouillet, that I am saying correctly, Rambouillet sheep. Beautiful. Okay, so they have a 250-acre sheep farm and they shear the wool and do the things. There's also lamb, like if you want to buy the meat, they do both. So we stayed in the wool. And so gorgeous sheep skins, lanolin, wool, all the things. I was there for quite a while. Thankfully, Patchwork was super patient, and he just sat there and talked to Francis the shepherd the whole time I was adding all these things to my cart. Now, I'm not going to show you all the things. Let's just show you. I did get, this is beautiful. This is the word I'm trying to say, CeStari. This is I wanted to get yarn from their sheep. So I got a sweaters quantity. This is lilac heather. It's a 2-ply worsted weight, gorgeous. And then I got a natural, it's called natural light gray. So it is just the natural color of the wool. And I got a sweaters quantity of that. I have no idea what sweater I'm going to do, but now I have it. And then Patrick picked this one out. I only got one skein of this. This is for his hat. He wants a beanie hat. I'll show you because I finished my hat. And this is their light gray and dark gray tweed. So this is natural. It is 2-ply. You can see right here. They're twisted together. This is their 2 colors of sheep. Just they're natural. They have a black sheep, although it's like a brown sheep. And I'm new to sheep, so you know. And they're creamy natural sheep. So this is just their 2 natural wools from their sheep twisted together. Fantastic. So we sat there and talked to him and I bought some stuff. And then, oh, this is my Mount Vernon yarn. Yes, I got that. So squishy. So this is a much thicker yarn, but it's going to be a great, look at that. Beautiful. Okay. So did all that. And so then we found out that he has a farm tour. Well, you have to book the tour in advance, like a day in advance. So we did. We're like, this is the great thing about a spur of the moment vacation. We're like, okay, so we're going to go down the Blue Ridge Parkway and go to another antique store, like an hour and a half, stay, do a little Virginia thing. But then nope, change gears, do this, book that. And then we stayed there. And so the next day we went back and had Francis give us the official farm tour. It is the best thing ever. So you sit upstairs. So his country store is an 8,000 square foot barn. First of all, I mean, it's like a pretty barn, gorgeous store. And then there's a little textile museum upstairs with these 300-year-old spinning wheels and looms and history. And so you sit at this round table and Francis, it was just the 2 of us on the tour. It was like Wednesday in the middle of the week. Right. Big tours during the weekend. But we were there Wednesday, 10 a.m., 11 p.m. We did the tour. And he sat there and we basically had like a history seminar on the history of wool. And how the wars are and this and where the sheep come from and the Rambouillet and how the sheep came from the Rambouillet mountains of France. And they were actually the Spanish merinos with that. The Spanish merino wool. This is the moral of the story. Spanish merino wool sheep. Mm-hmm. There's hundreds of breeds of sheep. I can't remember it all. There's lots of information. But this is what I did get. That those sheep were Spain and France, like negotiated, lots of wars, lots of people negotiating, wool is king, all the things. Who knew? Rambouillet sheep came to the Rambouillet mountains of France. And so they adapted to their environment. And so now they became a new breed, right? And now they're very popular, bougie, fun. I don't know what the word is. Those were the kind of sheep that Francis has, Rambouillet sheep. And so then we went over to the farm and got to meet the sheep. And here's that. That was super fun. And so there were some sheep down here. These were the new ones. They weren't allowed to go out on their own. The ones that are allowed, go out on their own, they were up in the pasture and the fields, doing what they do because it's fascinating. He was telling us that, he gets up in the morning before the sun does the things. If only I can do that when I'm 87. # goals. And so he is up there doing it. But these sheep, they kind of like let themselves out and go up there. And they know that at sunrise, they go up and do that. And then as the sun makes its way across the sky, they work their way back to the barn. I mean, they were way up the hill. They worked their way back down to the barn. And by dusk, they've put themselves back in the barn. Are you kidding me? Like, really? Because you can train sheep to do anything. Wow. It's fascinating. But these sheep that I got to touch and feed and talk to because they were very vocal. These were the babies. They were less than like 6 months old. So, kids don't listen. So they're not allowed to go out with the grown-ups yet because they're not good listeners. But they were super cute and fun. And you got to sit there and pet them. And they were, like I said, super fun. So it was the best crazy twist of a vacation ever. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. So, that rabbit hole I was talking about? Well, of course, I'm hearing about how fantastic Rambouillet wool is. And I love a good hand-spun yarn. I've bought hand-spun yarn. I love it. I love it. Right? Beautiful, very artistic. Love it. But I was like, that's a rabbit hole I can't go down. Well, guess what, friends? I'm pretty sure I'm going to go down it. Pretty sure. Because I did get 2 bags of Rambouillet wool roving, wool top rope, I guess. Yeah. So I got to dye it. Step 1, I got to dye it. Step 2, I got to learn how to spin. So the good news is I do have some friends, if you know, you know, and that are super excited to take me on this adventure. And so I can't wait to do it. Now, will it be a hot mess express? 100%. Will I have any idea what I'm doing? Probably not. But will I be excited about it? Because like I was in the farm where the sheep, like this, I love it. I just love the connection to all the things. Anywho, that's it. Okay, let me show you real quick. I did want to show you. Look, I finished. Yay! Okay, remember, because if you saw last week, it was a hot mess express, and I was so worried that my stretchy binding, that I didn't have it. But, oh, this is a good one, because it's got a nice, so it's just 1 layer. So it's like, it's done by the same lady as the Muscle Burrow, which I love. I still have a Muscle Burrow hat. But this one is good for my area because it's wool, so it's hotter than crap right now because it's like almost 80 degrees today. But it's got the double band over your ears, which is where like you get cold, right? But you don't need this just traps the heat. So it's perfect. I kind of think it's better than the Muscle Burrow. It knits up a lot quicker. And now that I figured out the stretchy binding, so don't think that like everybody I know, this is beautiful yarn that Shellie got, and I can't take it off. I'm sure I'm going to have crazy hat head. This is beautiful yarn. Where is it? I don't know. That Shellie gave me that she got from a local dyer, I think on one of her vacations. But it's super, super fun. It just has a nice rib. I will link the pattern down below. Like I said, it's from the same lady who does the Muscle Burrow. The trickiest part is the start. Okay, yeah. The trickiest part is because you start at it's kind of like a toe-up sock. Again, still I've never done a sock, but it's like a toe-up sock. So you start here and you go, so you don't need to know your gauge, which is the great thing. So you can use any yarn, any needle. It's fantastic because you measure your gauge. When you get it further down, you measure your gauge, and then there's a super crazy chart that tells you if your gauge is this, then you do this. If it's that, you do that, right? Super great, which is awesome, except starting at this top was not easy. I'm just going to be straight up with you. Not easy. So I like the concept of this hat. I think I just might want to find or develop or kind of whirl into my own pattern and work backwards into it. So I can start at the top or start at the cuff, aka the brim of the hat, do this much ribbing, the fold over rib, then you knit, and then you close it up. That is like I have 2 of those hats, not with this double over brim, just a straight up beanie nope, I wore one on my hat on my walk today already, but because I didn't need the double over one this morning, just the single brim. Anyway, so that I think is the hat of the year, of the Christmas. I don't know, it's October. We'll see. We'll see how many people get hats. Well, I'll definitely make one for Patrick because I can do that. But I think I might try go backwards. This gives me my gauge in theory. We're just gonna go with it. Anyway, so that is my finish. That's my stitching. That's my haul. That's my story. That's my Flosstube Friday. Yay! Okay, so next week I'm in Amana. I know, Flosstube Friday. Not gonna be here. But we'll see what I'm not gonna make a promise. If there's a surprise, there's a surprise. If there's not, I'll be here the next week. I promise. I can promise that. 2 weeks for sure. Some other things that I just want to note real quick. Next week, November 1st, Alicia, Fanciful Flamingo. Are you in the box? Do you know? She launches her winter box November. Oh, speaking of boxes, I had a question and I was like, oh my gosh, that's a great question. I should just tell everybody. I'll send it in a newsletter so it's not like, so the October box went out, right? Yay, lots of people, I think, loving it. I love that you love it. I'm not sharing it here yet. I'm not sharing it yet. There's lots of Flosstubers who have shared it. So if you want to see, I do have my unboxing video that will probably go up Saturday, Sunday, Monday, sometime. I make sure I check trackings and I make sure everybody has their box before I launch the unboxing. So it's soon. I just checked tracking this morning. There's about 25 people, 30 people who get their boxes today and tomorrow. So once those last stragglers, so sorry you live so far away, they get their boxes and then we'll be good to go. But the question that I got, and I was like, oh, that's a good one. If you are in the club this year, if you're in the Keeper Club, you do not need to sign up again. You are in the club quarterly in perpetuity in the thing until you cancel. So it's not an annual club. It's just, you keep going around and around on the Ferris wheel until you want off. So I just wanted, because I had a couple people ask me, do I need to sign up again? I don't want to make sure I don't miss it. No, if you're in the club, you're in the club until you want off. So just so you know, also remember November 13th, Monday, November 13th, 9 a.m. Eastern. That is when the email will go out to the wait list. Are you on the wait list for the Keeper Club? Are you dying to get a Keeper Club? There will be, the most spots I've ever had to open will be opening on November 13th. I don't want to tell you a number because you might get like disappointed, but it's worth getting on the list, setting an alarm for 9 a.m. There's going to be some happy people. It's not a handful. Okay. Not a handful, more than a handful, more than 2 handfuls. Okay. That's my box information. The Advent box is running right along. Super excited. I will have updates on when that ships out, but it's getting closer, We'll definitely have that in plenty of time to start that. 12 Days of Stitchmas is also crazy bonkers awesome coming together. I am beyond excited for all the things that I'm going to be sharing with you. Like, get ready. It's going to be so exciting. So I'm working on it. We're going to do the crossword puzzle again because that is back by popular demand. And so 12 Days of Stitchmas, daily video, giveaways every day, grand prize giveaway at the end, all the fun. Don't want to miss it. Yay. That starts December 1st. And then Alicia's winter box goes on sale November 1st. I don't want you to miss that. That is a limited quantity situation. You want to get in on that because, okay, spoiler, I'm 95% sure I can tell you. I'm going to tell you anyway. And then just take the hand slap from Alicia if I wasn't supposed to tell you. Emily Call is the winter box designer. Love her. Love everything she does. I have multiple of her designs as I switch to ornaments. She just launched another set that need to be ornaments on my tree yesterday. But she is the designer for the winter box. Okay, that's awesome enough. That's all the awesome you need. But are you ready for it? It's not 1. It's not 2. She's putting 3 designs in this box. 3, not 6. 3 designs of Emily Call in Alicia's box. And like I said, I'm pretty sure I was allowed to tell you that. If not, Alicia's gonna get mad at me. But I'll take it. Okay, so that's all the things I got. I feel like I was gonna be quick, but I just get so excited coming here and talking and telling you all the things. You're my people, you're my maker people, my knitting and hooking and quilting and all the things. I hope you have a great week, a great weekend, a great stitching day, all the time, all the things. And until next time, friends, happy stitching.